So this is a story about a man and a woman that actually met in a crazy way where normally, let's say you go on an airplane, you're probably going to be sitting next to a guy or some kids, and you're always hoping, if there was just a good-looking girl next to me, that would be a way better flight. And Akil actually lucked out. Somebody's looking down for this man and had that woman
fantasy, you know what I mean? Like,
sitting next to him on the airplane.
Yeah.
And then what?
Yeah. So.
All right, let's roll. We are back with another ep of the Cabana Cream Show, and we got a special guest here who Ty can't wait to just start asking questions.
Dive right into.
I've been sitting here how long, and I've just been like patiently waiting.
Dark.
Yeah, so what happens is we'll have like guests come here, and normally I know 95% of them pretty well. Ty doesn't know them as well, and then they just get here, and I'm like, do not speak to each other.
Literally, I'm just sitting in the kitchen like,
sit in separate rooms. Do it now.
eating your Chinese food, but not allowed to ask questions.
Okay, so the big announcement I wanted to make, Ty, we are getting a new chair.
Yeah.
So Akil, you're going to be the last one sitting in that chair.
Yeah, break it in, buddy.
How do you feel about that, Ty?
Well, you've been needing to do that for a long time. Where are you so behind?
We've been needing to do that.
No, I'm just a talent. You tell me every day.
So,
that's true.
I just show up.
Yeah, you just sit there and look
You've
pretty.
just been putting it off.
Me and John do the insurance. We do the backlog. We do all of the books. We are going to get, so
Lawyers.
we are thriving financially, so I think we're going to kick in for a chair.
Yeah. That's one of our
Love that for our
one of our
guests.
investors.
Yes.
To say. No, yeah.
It would help if we had guests too. Maybe that's why you haven't been.
That's why we've been thriving, because we have guests now.
Because we haven't had anyone.
So yeah, that chair, Akil, is just like a little tall, and you're kind of
Looks uncomfortable as shit.
Yeah,
It's all right. My legs will figure it out.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're good. We out here.
Akil, let's go into Ty. I want you to ask some questions to get to know him. So
Okay,
just real quick though,
finally.
this is one of my best friends, Akil Sharp.
Hell yeah.
If you want me to take that out, I can after. Known each other since high school, since back in the day, since PE, since everything, man. And he's a former high school star running back, former college running back at Princeton University, also record holder of the Spark rating.
Come on.
Probably has more, and we'll get into that as the show goes on. Akil Sharp.
Yeah. Appreciate it, bro.
That's where we're going to add in
the
hashtag
clappies.
clapping.
I know.
Yeah.
We need
Put the
somebody
clap
there.
in. I know, dude.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Good to have you. Ty, you take it away and just get into, you guys get to know each other.
Okay, yeah. Okay, well, first, hi.
Hi, what's up?
Second, what made you choose this shirt? Because you made a comment about it, but I want to know, like, what
We mean I made just like
about like how you
shirt.
were looking, like you
We're
wanted to
loving
look
it.
sharp today, and like you got ready.
Sharp's
so
my
I'm
last
like,
name. I always like to look good. But yeah, it's my
sure.
shirt though.
well, obvious.
No,
Oh, like you made this.
Yeah. It's my
You have like a company.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get into that.
Yeah.
You want me to take your phone, or you texting chicks? What's
Oh,
going
I
on?
know, my bad.
That's
bro.
Kevin's biggest pet peeve.
I was getting hyped up.
No, that's all right. You got bitches.
You can put it right here.
Okay, bet. Yeah, I'm an entrepreneur. I do a bunch of different. I swear a lot too. So
Have you seen me on this podcast?
I know. I just like.
Did you know?
I had to
I'm trying to
focus.
be better, so I'm glad that there's somebody else to join me.
I run a sales and leadership business. I'm a fitness coach. I run a business called Black Entrepreneurs Stronger Together with a couple other founders. I'm a bodybuilder. I do a bunch of other shit too.
Cool.
Can't you tell, Ty? Look at
No,
him.
I definitely can tell, but just like don't want to assume. You can't assume shit. It's 2023. You gotta ask questions now.
That's fair.
Yeah, actually, you're not even supposed to ask questions, but I'm going to. Okay, dope.
Yeah.
I guess I'm gonna come up with more, but
Okay.
I'm ready to dive into it because I've been really patient.
Yeah, so Ty doesn't. So the reason we have Akil is not. I mean, there is just to talk and bullshit. Like I'm wanting to have Akil on. He's a huge supporter of the show.
Oh, yeah.
Glad to have you.
Yes, sir.
But there's a more specific reason. He's got a story he's gonna share, and we're gonna have him kind of take the reins and just give a story to the viewers of a romantic experience that went down. And I'd like him. He's just gonna tell you guys quick story how it goes, and Ty, if we need to interject here and there, go ahead. But let's let
I'm
him
ready
get
to
the
just
story
flow.
out, and then we'll elaborate after that. So this is
Yeah.
a story about a man and a woman that actually met in a crazy way where normally, let's say you go on an airplane, you're probably going to be sitting next to a guy or some kids, and you're always hoping, if there was just a good looking girl next to me, that would be a way better flight. And Akil actually lucked out. Somebody's looking down for this man and had
he lived
that
out that
woman
fantasy, you know what I mean? Like,
sitting next to him on the airplane.
Yeah.
And then what?
Yeah. So, full disclosure, whenever I'm like traveling, I don't like if it's in a car, I pass the out every single time. I put my headphones on and I'm out. And so I was traveling, I was speaking at a conference, and I was heading to Florida. There's a layover in Missouri. And so I got on the flight and it's like 4 a.m. or it's like 5:30 or some shit like that. Okay. So I sit down, I get my window seat. I fly Southwest, put my headphones on, right? And I'm, doing my thing. And then all of a sudden this like woman comes bopping around, whatever, sits in the middle seat. Why the f- is she so goddamn loud? All right. And I said, all right, bet, fine, whatever. And then all of a sudden I hear this word subconscious, like she's like talking, I hear the word subconscious. And I coach and teach my team like bombard your subconscious, coaching people on mentality and attitude. So I take my headphones off and literally for the entire flight from like 6 a.m. to damn near, I forgot how long the flight was, like 3 hours we were talking the entire damn time. There's at one point where she saw the back of my screen and she saw my phone and she saw that I have my truck that I'm going to get. And she's like, oh, yes, we can get that. 6,000 pounds, you write off as tax write-off. We're both business owners. I was like, what the hell is going on? Like the universe had like something. And by the end of it, the woman on the end that she was talking to initially, she's like, well, just let me know when the wedding is, right? I was like,
That's awesome.
I bought her and her, I had a connecting flight, but I bought her and her business partner some coffee. I just wanted to keep it talking and things like that. They had to go to a business meeting. I left like, I don't know. They were supposed to leave in like 5 minutes. They ended up leaving in like 45. And we just kept in contact for literally like 2 weeks. Now, I don't know about y'all, but like if you're texting after, typically what happens, it dies down. Ain't shit about to happen, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Fizzles out.
Right, it fizzles out. Especially if you ain't in my face. Like if I'm not able to see you, it's a wrap. So
Not this time.
well, I thought that's how it was gonna go, to be honest. And then we're texting, we're FaceTime, and then I was like, it's going pretty well. So I was like, all right, well, I'll come see you in Missouri. Now, mind you, I hadn't gone to fly to go seeing somebody ever, right? Let alone like a date, somebody I just met, but we've been talking
Like
for
a
a good,
stranger, pretty much.
right, a stranger pretty much. But we had been talking, so we knew each other, and so. She's like, all right, well, I want to let you know, if you come in, I don't just have sex with nobody, right? Like, this is like, well, I was like, first off, okay, Big Daddy didn't even say he wanted to have sex with you first, all right? So let's
Oh
let's
my God.
I didn't see that.
I'm
Say
Kevin's
it's
friend,
Big
so I
Daddy.
get that energy from him. And so, anyways, I was like, first off, yeah, but agreed to
Big
get
Daddy
a
sharp,
hotel.
don't
wanted to
fuck
be
around.
respectful, right? Stay at her place, but I got a hotel. Bought the hotel right then and there. A screenshot I showed her, so that way she knew, like, I'm not just bullshitting, like I'm actually bought it. So, Friday comes, right? So I get there Friday during the day. We go get some food. It's a little rocky in the beginning just because we hadn't seen each other in person, but like I'm in sales, like, you know what I'm saying? I know how to make shit, feel good. And she's a business owner. She's in sales too. Day's going really great. We get some drinks in us later on. We go get some barbecue, some food. Shit's like popping off. It was great. I was always raised like, yes, sir, yes, ma'am, no, sir, no, ma'am. So I'm opening up doors. Like, if you have a gold star of like being a gentleman, like I was on it, open car doors. Like that's kind of like my standard.
Ty loves that, by the way.
Love.
So you're
Yeah.
earning major
Big-
points. Keep going.
Big
Keep
brownie
yourself
points.
going.
Yeah, appreciate it. So, but that's
That's
just
the way it's supposed to be. You don't
Thank
even
you.
have to appreciate it. That's a fucking way it should be
That's a
for every
prerequisite,
motherfucker out
motherfucker.
there. No, it's for real.
Yeah.
For
And
real.
I 100% agree. Just so we're on there.
I'm coming for
She's
Kevin.
like coming at you
I'm
like it's
coming
your
for
fuck.
Kevin.
Yeah.
I open every
I know
door.
Kevin does that only.
I
Never
op-
mind.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be nice.
Yeah,
about
that's
it.
all right.
I open. Keep going. I open
Yeah.
everyone's door.
Maybe for moms, but so yeah, Friday's going great. We got some
No, I
drinks.
believe you.
We're-
Wait, pause. I believe you, but it's just because like, you're not doing it to just fully be a gentleman. Like, you don't do it just because you're also doing it because you have an ulterior motive. The difference is that you should just be doing it all the time. It should just always be the standard.
Ooh.
I do it to guys, even. Like, I'll do it to anybody. Like, it's just a courteous thing to open a door.
No, I'm not saying just the door, but
You know,
just like
somewhere to
being a
hop in, like,
gentleman.
More than that. All right, keep going.
Continue. Sorry, I had to clarify.
I
for
rock
him.
with you, Ty. All right.
I just had to
Kevin's a
clarify.
bullshitter.
Go for the
He
neck.
is. I'm just gonna keep it real. But I appreciate that he does do that. Yeah, I never touch a door when I'm with Kevin or Waz
There
or
it is.
my man,
That's
and
all we gotta
that's
know.
the way it's supposed to be.
As it should be.
Keep rolling.
Yeah.
Back into
Keep
it.
doing your thing, Ty's man.
You
So,
better not listen to this.
oh yeah, maybe. So, all right. So Friday night we get some drinks, and so it's like 7, 8 o'clock, and I say like, hey, look, like I want to be respectful. I know that we got.
When did the date start?
I mean, I flew in early morning Friday.
Okay, so it started like 10 a.m.
Yeah, like I think my flight got out like 9. Something
Okay,
like that.
okay.
And we
So
got-
like 11, early a.m. 11.
Yeah, but she picked me up. I was like, I can. She's like, no, I'm picking you up. I'm like,
Okay,
oh,
cool.
Okay, cool.
Okay, continue. Sorry, I needed
No,
the time frame.
That's fine. So 7, 8 o'clock comes around, right? We've been spending the entire day together. Everything's good, right? And then I say, hey, look, like I want to make sure I get to the hotel in time. So I'm being respectful. Just to continue to remind that I was like mindful of it, right? It's like, oh, well, we're gonna go to my friend. We're gonna go to the bar where I typically go to. We have some drinks. Everything goes well. We shut down the bar. We actually danced bachata together to close down the bar. We're like literally the
Wow.
last ones there. It was like picture perfect. It was great. Go back to her house, and then in my mind, I'm like, again, respectful gentleman, right? Same thing. So I'm literally packing up my stuff, and then she says, hey, do you want to take a shower? And I'm like, sure, why not? I don't. Maybe I'm dirty. I didn't really think too much of it. I was like, cool, I'm
Stank
gonna hop in the
ass.
shower. That's fine. That's cool. It's like 1:30, right? And then so I'm like, okay, she has a house. She has her room, her dog, right? And then there's a guest room. And so I get out the shower. I'm like, okay, she's sleeping. So I'm like, all right, let me wake her up. I'm like, hey, I'm about to head out.
Wait, she asked you to shower, but she didn't mean with her?
And we'll get into this later, but I don't know.
Hold your questions to the end of the interview.
Right.
Well,
Ty.
I'm a little
Jesus.
confused. Who asked the man, like, hey, do you want to shower? But you're not going to be in
Hey,
the shower
you stink.
too.
Take a
Right.
shower. You like you're
That's
right.
why I'm
But
confused. Then
think
I would
that's
take it.
where I messed up because I could have said, we'll get into it, but like I was like, I think she wanted me to be like, hey, if you want to shower with me or something like that.
Yeah. Okay, so she was trying to open the door and...
I just, in my mind, I was just respect.
So Ty, like you jumping in, loving it.
I'm sorry.
No. I think it's good. Like, do you want to cross-examine during, or do we let him finish?
Well, I just needed to clarify because
Yeah.
the whole time you're telling the story, I'm picturing you guys showering together, and you're like,
Yeah.
I get out and she's in bed, and I'm like, wait. She
I
didn't
think
ask you to get
note-
in with her?
Note that you want to like
Okay,
touch
then I'm
this.
taking notes on my phone. Continue.
go.
I'm going to have to.
Cool. All right, so I tried waking her up, and I'm like, she doesn't wake up. So I'm like, all right, well, do I need to? One, I don't want to be the asshole that just pieces out and dips without saying something, right? Like I've never done like a
That's a
one
simple
night
text
stand
message.
or anything like that. Like I just was never my like forte. So I said I could sleep in the other room to make sure that she knows she's good, or I could bounce. But she also didn't. She wanted me to stay in a hotel, but I don't know what to do.
He doesn't fake. He thinks about fake. He pretends to fake. I don't know where I am.
So I was like, look, I'm gonna sleep in the other room.
You're at her place and she has a separate bedroom.
Right.
Gotcha.
So I'm like, hey, let me go to her bedroom. I don't want to do anything. I want to, be respectful. And then when I wake up, I'll explain to her like, hey, look, like I tried waking you up. You're sleeping, whatever, right? Saturday comes. It was pretty easy. Like there wasn't anything crazy going on. It was like nothing happened. I could tell something was off, but like nothing too crazy. I'm an empath, so I can feel energy. So I was like, what the f is going on?
I feel a lot of solid energy coming out of you. Good, positive aura. Great. It's all great.
Yeah, nice to meet you, man.
But then, so we went and worked out, right? Her friend actually liked my shirt, right? She saw like Hoochie Daddy. Also have a Big Butts Matter. You can go on my link too as well, a.Akil Sharp on my Instagram. And and get the shirt. But she got the shirt and she rocked with it. And she, like, the friend was cool, like, got barbecue. Day was great. Saturday night, she was going to like some ball or something like that. And she had told me like she was going to go do it. And I was like, cool, sweet, go do your thing, right? I had made note of throughout the 2 weeks of us talking, I have like this notes of like, okay, these are the things that she likes. These are the things that she doesn't like, right?
Who is this person and why
Yeah.
don't
yeah.
you
Put
copy
that in
him?
your notes.
Literally,
So
like,
then
what
I
the
made
fuck?
notes that she really liked a specific type of flower, and it was a hydrangea. And so I didn't have a vehicle. So what I was going to do, I was going to surprise her with flowers, a card when she came back from the ball. Well, it turns out that the Instacart, it said it would be delivered that night. It was going to be delivered in the morning. So I was like, whatever. So I was going to I asked her what she liked for breakfast. I was going to surprise her with breakfast in the morning too as well, because I was leaving Sunday and I just wanted to be respectful. Saturday, she comes back and then we go grab a drink and hang out and things like that. and then Saturday night, we're closing down the bar again. We're about to go out. But then her friend, she's going through a tough time. So she's venting, talking about shit. And then she's like, all right, we're about to go. And then I turned to her and I'm like, hey, look, I don't think she really wanted coaching. I think she just wanted to vent right now, right? And she's like, no, she wanted to be, we can bombard her subconscious with coaching and things like that. And I was like, well, I think she just wanted to vent. She's like, no, Akil, that's that. And I'm done talking about it. And I said, wait. What just happened? Wait. And mind you, I'm like I'm pretty drunk. She had already been drinking. I was like, whoa, what just happened? Like, is everything okay? She's like, I'm done. I don't want to talk about it. And I say, wait, hold on. Wait, is everything okay? I want to make sure. And I turned to her friend. She's like, and she storms off and she like gets in the car, pulls the car up. I talked to her friend. I'm like, hey, the bartender who bought the shirt. I was like, hey, look, like, did I miss something? What did I do? Did I mess something up? And she's like, just let her be, Akil. Things all good.
Just let it ride.
And so,
okay.
And so for me, one thing I could have done a better job of is I could have, like, when she said, like, Akil, like, I want to talk about it, is just let it be. I could see there's something visually wrong. So the caring person in me was like, bro, something's wrong. We can talk about it. It's okay. I'm fine.
Like, this is a safe space.
Right. And that's what I was trying to provide. Well, when we got in the car, I asked one more time, and she's like, Akil, shut the fuck up. I don't want to fucking talk about it. And I was like, oh. And she's like, I'm taking your ass home, and you're not respecting me, this and that. And, I want you to get a flight earlier tomorrow, and I'm taking you home, right? And I was like, okay. And so, like, I go into a shell because I don't want to explode. I don't want to burst out. Like, I don't want to talk about, business stuff, but like, I always seek first to understand rather than to be understood. So I'm always asking questions, like, and lead with empathy. Like, hey, like, what the hell? Like, what did I'm just literally seeking first. So I get home, I look at the flights. Ain't nothing going on. I ain't see any more flights. Sunday morning comes, and the flowers get delivered.
Oh, fuck.
All right. But I said the flowers get delivered.
Awkward.
I make cinnamon rolls. She said she was going to go to church.
more
I
awkward.
I literally got an outfit to go to church with her.
But now it looks like you got flowers to apologize when you didn't.
No. Then I told her, I was like, just letting you know these flowers already came, right? 9:45, I wake up. There's 9:45, 11:45 service. I wake up at like 9. She wasn't up, right? So I made the cinnamon rolls. I put them in the oven. 11:20 comes around. She's up. We haven't said anything to each other.
Awkward.
And I say, hey, look, just letting you know, I made some cinnamon rolls for you, so you're good to rock and roll. She's like, oh, okay. And then she's like, I'm heading out though. I'm like, okay, yeah, but if you want to take it, she's like, no, I gotta go. I'm heading to church. She shot me a text saying, hey, I thought I told you that church was at this time. By the way, I also saw that your there's flowers in the car. I'll look at it when I get back. She's like, if I don't see you when you get back, thank you for coming. Sorry, I didn't end it. I said thank you for coming or whatever. I was like, yeah, no worries. I was gonna get to the flight. My flight was leaving at like 7, and I was gonna just get to the airport at like 12.
Now.
What'd you say?
Like now.
Yeah, I was going. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So,
Good.
but she's like, yeah, no, it's okay. You can. She then was at church. I didn't text her. She texted me back saying, so did you want to reply or whatever? And I was like,
No.
I was like, you said you wanted me to leave early. She's like, well, I can take you to the airport. I'm like,
No. I'll be all right.
what is going on? I'm now lost. I'm actually lost. She's like, yeah, I'll come back. Took a nap. I'm going to take a nap, and then I can take you to the airport afterwards. Takes me to the airport, gives me a huge hug afterwards. And then she texts me, hey, did you get on your flight? Everything all good? I don't want to talk about what happened last night, but
Why?
I don't know.
Okay, so
I want to talk.
Let me hop in. So you were home and she started texting, right? That's what you just said.
Yeah, so I'm
Well,
on my flight.
I want to cut you there
Yeah.
because I gotta unleash the pit bull.
Yeah,
'Cause
unleash
she's
the
been-
pit bull. Yeah.
She's been sitting here
Yeah.
ready to
I've
go.
been trying to behave, and
Yeah.
y'all keep making comments, but I'm like, all right, I'll wait my motherfucking turn then.
No, we good. We good.
So I want to, after we'll talk like where we're at now. But all right, so we as a viewer, we know what's going on. We got the story. We see it. Ty,
I'm
be
okay.
gentle. Or don't.
I'm ready
Well,
to ride. I'm cool.
I'm just
Release
like,
the hounds.
well, why can't you just like talk about? Like, I don't understand being like, I don't want to talk about it. Like, what are you talking about? Because I don't know what just happened that there's not to talk about. Like, why can't you just be like, oh, I just viewed it this way. Like, she's my friend. I feel like I know her a little bit better. Like, appreciate
Yeah.
you like just being here. But there was no reason to even act that way. So I don't fucking know. That
Yeah.
was weird. No offense, but
No,
that was weird.
I fuck with that. I appreciate it.
I
Like,
just feel like as adults, we should be able to just like converse about things, even though, yeah, there was liquor involved, but there was no reason for it to shift the whole entire energy of what was going on. And it wasn't like you were like trying to coach. Like if you were trying to overstep your boundary of coaching in that moment and she was like, nah, she just wanted to vent, that would have been different.
Right,
But because it
right.
was the opposite, it was like you were just like there to listen.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's confusing. Then also, no, I'm ready to continue. We can continue.
No. I want
I wanna
to.
know more.
I want to. Oh, you do need it. You need to know more of like past that. I think.
Well,
you
I
start-
just feel
Because
like
it's Sunday.
that's
He's
weird
already.
as hell.
Akil's already home.
Let's start talking. Yeah.
Well, I don't understand why.
Let's go back to so where do you think it went wrong, Ty? Is what I would like to ask you. Like where, if you're on Akil's side, I know she did a lot of steps on her side that sound wrong as well. Where do you think things shifted that he
her
may
attitude. Oh,
that he may have though they,
sorry, I'm not.
Like,
I'm biased.
let's
like maybe,
let's
but
go
I
to
don't know.
Friday. Let's go back to Friday night. The
Okay,
first
yeah.
night.
Let's go day by day.
back
Go
to
ahead.
Friday
Go
night.
ahead.
My thing is that
Things are flowing, right? Akil, you said that. You guys are like kind of hooking up at the bar, correct?
Nah, not kind of. Like, yeah.
Are.
Yeah.
Nice.
did you ever have sex on this trip?
No.
That's the worst trip ever.
Okay. Well, my thing is like, okay, like you said, you woke up Saturday, you feel like the energy kind of shifted. I'm like, was she? I still think it's so fucking weird that she said, "Do you want to shower?" and then wasn't in the shower. Like, I don't ask a man, "Hey, do you want to shower?" and I'm like, "Okay, go for it." Like that's weird.
see,
If I'm asking somebody to shower, I'm getting in the shower too. I'm already in the shower.
Well, so
like,
you gotta back it up though. You gotta go back to like Thursday when she texted and Akil had bought the flight, where she said, "All right, I just want to make it clear that we ain't fucking. Like, there's no sex involved."
We call bullshit on that, right, Ty?
yeah, I'm calling bullshit on that because
Right.
then otherwise, then he would have checked in at his hotel hours before the bar was closing, hours before they were like, she would have
I'd have been at the hotel.
prioritized that.
She just wanted
She
to
would
set.
have prioritized it and been like, let's take your stuff there then.
She just wanted to set a precedent before and be
Yes.
like, "Hey, I'm not just this like one-stop shop
Hussy,
girl.
yeah,
but
which
why
is
is it-
fine.
Yeah, so
Every girl does that. That's
Yeah,
fine.
that's
And we
okay.
can change our minds. And that's fine too.
And I hate that.
Fuck, you should change your mind. Like, if a man
If
is
it
fine
goes
out
right.
there
Well,
and you're vibing, obviously you want him to come stay with you, which is fine. I support that. But if you, and she set the precedent, cool. Then when you're vibing and you're there and whatever, the shower comment throws me off because I would assume that she would have been in there. If she wasn't, that's, and
yeah,
then she wasn't, so that's
let's
fine.
really lock in Friday night. They
yeah,
gets in
okay.
the house
And then
and she asks him to get in the shower.
I'm like, is that because? So if she wasn't going to be in there, then is she only asking that because she wants him to be clean before he gets in her sheets? But then it's like, but then why are we not communicating? The whole part of this story, everything about this is that there's a lack of communication on one side, and therefore that's why assumptions get made and things get lost and energy shifts because one person is not communicating what they actually motherfucking want, and grow up, communicate.
See, and
It's not hard.
and it all breaks down to understanding a woman is like trying to figure out what the number 7 smells like.
No, it's
And
not. It's actually not that complicated. If you're a grown ass woman and you are with a grown ass man and you are going to have somebody come fucking fly out to visit you and be in your space, then you should be able to communicate what you're actually looking for in that moment.
Okay, but
there's
then
no
when you-
guessing game.
when
That's
you leave it
bullshit.
down, when you leave it down to okay, cool. When you want to come down and visit me and come to another state that is 3 to 4 hours on a flight, in my mind, that woman has already made the precedent to be like, hey, you're coming down and we're gonna have a nice time. And by nice time, we're gonna hang out, we're gonna eat, possibly some sex.
I'm gonna go home, have some sex.
Harry, you're gonna go home and puke.
Yeah, well, that'll be fun too.
But then to set the precedence of saying, I am not all about that. I'm not going to say, why the fuck am I going? But then, all right, cool. But then you bring up the whole shower thing and everything else throughout the entire weekend, setting the energy, but then throwing it off. Why am I here?
No, I just feel like she just didn't communicate. And that's where it gets blurred lines. Like, it's like, okay, when you got out of the shower, I'm thinking now, because she wasn't in the shower, now my brain goes to, okay, maybe she wanted you clean before you got in her sheets. But then she should have been like, okay, when you get out, like, you can come sleep in bed with me. Like, I don't mind. Like, nothing's going to happen, but you can sleep here.
Right.
Like, communicate. That's where the issue is.
It's not a lack of communication. It's more of it's mixed signals. You can't tell me that if someone says, hey, why don't you come over?
And there's mixed signals because the communication was not happening.
Well, she said that the communication was like, hey, we're not having sex. Cool. All right,
that was
great.
days before, though. When
It
you're
doesn't
in
matter.
the moment, you are allowed to change your mind and communicate.
I think,
No,
John,
you shouldn't be able to change your mind midway through whatever it is that you think you're going to go through.
You
I think
can't.
John's
What are
like-
you talking about?
I think John's right in saying, like, trying to reach it, but, like, Ty is just saying, like, communication. Like,
We're
you
grown
can-
adults.
Right. You know what I'm saying? I think, look, I always just err on the side of, like, hey, I fucked up, you know, whatever, so I take accountability. Maybe I could have just, like,
To a certain point, yeah, sure.
listen more, or, like, you know what I'm saying, maybe ask more questions, or maybe not ask any questions, whatever. I don't fucking know. And maybe in Ty, I don't know, but, like, being a woman, was there an element of, like...
Yeah, I'd like to hop in if I could on this one just real quick.
Yeah.
As a professional in the water sports game, someone that loves a good shower sex sesh, she wanted to bang in the shower. I'm going to go put all of my bunnies, all my chips, and push it on that side. She wanted to have sex in said shower, and it didn't, and you didn't close that.
I'm gonna go ahead and circle back to what she said prior to this. Hey, you're coming over here, and we're not having sex. And Akil
it's
is,
like
and
the
Akil,
shower, but no sex in the shower.
and
We're putting too much
Cool.
emphasis on what she said before.
Yeah, you're putting way too much emphasis on
Yeah,
that.
we gotta-
Bitches are allowed to change. Perfect example. I feel like I'm living in this moment because
on,
I went to go visit a friend of mine. I was going to go wingman for him. This was when I was single.
Yep.
I was going to go wingman for him. I was going to the holiday Christmas party. That was the whole fucking plan. Obviously, there was a little bit of a vibe there, but it was more just like, we've been friends forever, whatever. Like, but we are very similar, like sexually and stuff.
Yeah.
But it wasn't. I was going to stay at his house, cool, whatever. But I was going to wingman for him. Basically, we were going to do a jealousy trip. Was like the plan.
Nice move.
So then we stayed up all night. We had a great time. Blah blah blah. Then he's like, I don't mind sleeping on the couch. Like, I can go sleep on the couch. And I was like, fuck no, sleep in your bed. Like, I'll sleep here, you sleep there. It's cool. Like, we don't gotta be like that.
Oh, God. Oh, God. What are you doing? Where are you going? You're not gonna make a move, are you? Good night, Jamie.
Good night, Chris.
Slept on his side, slept on my side. I woke up in the morning. I was like, I'm gonna this guy because he was so respectful, and like the wingman thing didn't happen. So like, I'm gonna fucking take it into how I want it to be.
Right.
So I went to the bathroom, did my shit, got cute.
Yeah.
Literally went back to bed, pretended I was sleeping. Then when he woke up, like, I made sure that I set the vibe that I wanted it to be. But that was not the intention of me
Right.
going there. I was
Right,
like, I'm
right.
not gonna have sex with him. We're just gonna hang out.
Right.
No. Then I'm allowed to change my mind and be like, actually, I want to this guy.
Yeah.
And then I did. And that's it.
Nice.
So, end of story. But like, if
I
you
rock
want
with the
something, then
respect-
go with it.
I rock with the respectful thing though, because like you was like,
No, same.
He like was intentional. He's like, hey, look, I can, you know, like, no, that's cool. And then you're like, damn.
Yeah, then I
That's
was like,
badass.
all right, cool, I'm into it. Because,
Right.
and I was into it before that too, but
Right.
because of how respectful he was being, I called the shot
Right.
because I'm like, he is saying we're in his lane of respectfulness, which is amazing, and I respect that. But now
Respect.
I'm going to switch the vibe because it leaves the ball in the girl's court at
Right.
that point. If the man is being respectful and she had said, I don't
Yeah.
want to do that, and you're
Yeah.
being respectful and stuff, then it's up to her to lean in to changing
Yeah.
that scenario.
And to Kev's point, like if it was like maybe if she had come to Vegas, right, and like was in my place or something like that, maybe I would have like taken like a little bit more initiative or whatever. But I didn't feel comfortable doing that in her space, her property. You know what I'm saying?
Well, and that's why I
Like-
feel like she should have leaned in more and made it more clear, like the shower thing. That's why the whole time I thought that you guys were in the shower together. So that's like weird off the bat because
Well, your home court, your home field is more like backseat of a truck. Pickup. you, bless you.
thank you.
You're gold. You're there. You would have known every step. You would have been reclining the seat, pushing it back, setting the scene.
Is that how you lost your virginity or something? What's the story?
He had a lot of girls lose their virginity.
In the back of his truck, you were
in
that
his-
guy. He
in
was
his
that
truck.
football player.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
What football player?
that boy
No,
getting down. That's
everybody
different.
got that guy.
Let me ask you this though, Ty. So
Okay.
I'm again to go to the shower. I'm gonna
Yeah.
really focus on that. What if he just says like, "You want to hop in?"
Yeah, I think that you should have. But I also think that
Doesn't that change the entire
yes,
trajectory of the entire trip?
yes.
Yeah.
But also, but part of me is like, it was her house, and if she's the one presenting the question first, then I feel like she also should have been. Like, I was picturing it as, when you're telling the story, I'm picturing it as she's asking if you want to get in the shower because she's already getting in the shower. So I was thinking she's already making the moves, taking her clothes off, getting in the shower, and is asking you if you want to join, type of thing. Is how I had it in my brain when you were telling it. So that's why when you were like, and then she was asleep, I was like, whoa, wait, I'm so lost, because I imagined it as her like basically opening the door for him to just join her, not just offering it to him. But again, then I'm like, maybe, okay, yeah, maybe she's not that comfortable yet, but maybe she just wanted him to be clean before getting in bed with her. But again, then it's like, communicate. I don't understand.
I'm all for communication. Communication's great, but at a certain point, I think he just should have been the man in the situation and just kind of taken charge and just been like, you want to get in with me? You coming in?
Somebody should have leaned in more, but I get his point of being respectful because he's in her space.
Yeah. I'm all about being respectful, but he could also be respectful.
Eli, I like this girl. And you can still like her with your penis inside her.
Sorry.
Anyways,
okay.
I just think I'm leaning more towards, I think that she should have communicated more. That's just how I feel. Or like, yeah, said something, anything. Even just been like, okay, hop in bed with me after you get out. Like, okay, she could have opened the door that way. Like, there's many ways that she could have just like kind of put it out there instead of playing the guessing game. I think that's worse because obviously then you're going to, like you said, lean more to the side of being like respectful and then sleep in the other room. And then now I'm thinking, okay, maybe she woke up annoyed and that's why you felt that energy Saturday morning because she was expecting you to get in bed with her and you didn't. But it's like, you can't expect somebody to think that after you said what you said originally and then never change the vibe. Yeah. No,
Yes.
Is this making sense, Keel?
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Okay, now let's roll into Awkward Sunday. Waking up and making cinnamon rolls. That
John really wants to emphasize on this one. He wants to ride into this.
Akil, I've known you off and on for maybe about 3 or 4 years now. Why?
Yeah.
Why?
Why? He already had
understand.
planned to do it.
Right. So it's an integrity thing for me.
I get that.
Like, if I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to follow through and do it.
Of course.
So I didn't want something to deter from me. Like I fucking said I was going to fucking make some cinnamon rolls. In my mind, I was like, I'm going to make some cinnamon rolls. I'm not going to throw out the flowers in the card. Like, nah, bitch. Like, I got it. This is what it is.
Well, then that's where I'm
think you're a
thinking, I'm
greater
like,
man than
did
I.
she think that you did the flowers and card thing as an apology after what she did? But it's like, you didn't have to apologize for anything. So then I'm like, there's so much lost in translation and not communicated. I need to know what's followed up. I'm ready to dive into
Well,
that
see, I
second
mean,
part.
that's when you need to get her on speakerphone and ask her what the fuck happened. But
I'm kind of
can't.
I know.
So here we are, and I'm not saying we're getting one side of the story. All I'm saying is that, like,
No, we are, which is true. But I'm still, as a female, I'm confused.
that's
I really
and that's
am.
a feat in itself.
Well, yeah, if we had her, she could give. I think she might
Yeah.
communicate enough to give the answer.
Would
But,
hope.
but
But-
again, it's a two-way street, though. Like my thing is, I know you're all about respect and being a gentleman and always doing the right thing, and I fully condone that. But at a certain point, her telling, I know she was drunk, tipsy, whatever. Saturday night when she goes in to fuck you, get the fuck out of here, go home, and maybe it wasn't that bad, but it was close.
Right.
That is where, yes, you, just like Ty said, she could change her plans to not have sex with you. Akil, as John just said, Akil, you could change your plans to not make her the cinnamon rolls because she just completely disrespected you that night and told you to go home. And I love that you're a good, caring human and a man when it comes to women. But if she's not giving it to you, fuck that. Go home. Get that flight. Get out of there.
And not saying in a physical sense. I'm not saying that because she didn't give it up in that certain way, shape, or form. I'm saying in the fact of like she didn't write you off, but she did.
She told him to go home.
Yeah, she told you to go home. Like
she told you to go home.
Nah,
and then
but she's drunk, dude. You can't.
You're right.
You have
You're
to be careful because people say shit when they're drunk. So it's still a fine line, and I respect more that he stuck with what he wanted to stick to because at the end of the day, that speaks volumes to your character versus you being petty and be like, nah, fuck that. No, you rather be the good guy in the situation, not even like in terms of winning or anything like that, but like stick to who you are. Don't let somebody shift you based off of their behavior because at the end of the day, you're going to feel better about that than being petty and being like going to her level. Nah, be on your vibration, be on the level that you want to be on and fuck everything else.
Well, no, and you still can be. I feel you still can be. And I'm not saying that you can't, that not making cinnamon rolls is not being petty.
Did you eat some of the cinnamon rolls?
And that's the funniest shit.
Please tell me you ate some.
Hell yeah.
Okay, good. So he was cooking for himself too.
Akil loves cinnamon rolls.
I want some right now. That sounds fucking fire.
So because I'm allergic to milk and eggs, there's few things that I can't have. And cinnamon rolls are the pillberry, orange rolls. Those are my shit. So
Akil's definitely allergic to milk and nuts and amongst other things. Correct. Yeah. So he's
I feel that
specific regimen.
Okay.
We got to kind of wrap this.
Okay.
I don't want to run. Always want to keep these things concise as we can. Real quick. Let's go to Friday one more time. Would you do something different on the two things? Either try to make it like a joint shower. Or like made the move to sleep in her bed?
No, so
or you're happy with what you did?
Based off when we chat about it, I would have been like, hey, you want to pop in with me? Or I just would have made it easy. Like, she's like, I'm not going to get in there, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, cool, sweet, no issues, no problems. Or I would have like joked around like that.
I think he makes that move, Ty.
I feel he should.
I want to know what's happening now. I'm ready to fast forward to now.
Let's do it.
Or I would have just gone to the hotel.
Okay.
That would have been a better move.
Yeah, so the next day, like
I don't think so because I think she would have been weirder.
Right.
Because then she would have felt rejected, and she already did feel
Good,
rejected.
she rejected him first.
Like. So
and that's what I think it is.
Yeah, that's what I think. It's the ego thing.
Cause she's like cool ass girl, literally real shit. Like I text her being like, hey, look, I'm about to hop on this podcast, talk about this. Are you cool with it? And she's like, yeah, bet. I'm excited to hear our story from your perspective. I said, wait, what? Okay, bet.
Wait, can we fly her here? I want to hear her perspective.
I don't know.
Okay, but why are we?
Right.
Okay.
Well, only because
I want to know your perspective. Can you hit me up? Slide in my DMs. Like, I want to know your side. Like, I'm not trying to be a bitch. If I came off as a bitch, I'm sorry. But, like, I'm a little bit confused.
Yeah.
But I really am thinking that it's probably.
Well, she told me 3 reasons. She's like, I don't want to move forward. And I was like, okay, understood. She's like, well, do you want to know why?
Okay, so you guys did talk about it.
Yeah.
Okay,
right?
cool. Fill me in.
Now, let me be clear. We were texting, and she was telling me all her shit. And I was like, well, there's times for dialogue and monologue, and she was just kind of telling me she didn't want to hear my perspective.
Pouring everything out on you.
But she's like, you didn't stay in the hotel. I felt like you were disrespectful to me when you didn't give me my space when I asked you to stop asking me questions, and I felt like you took things personal, like during the trip.
All right.
And I said,
it's all about perspective, though. Right,
Ty, you did just say you weren't being a bitch.
I know.
And those
I'm
three
holding
things.
my tongue right now.
So then we did a.
I'm just confused.
We talked. We had been like, so it literally for like, I mean, this happened months ago. So like, but weeks had gone by, and she was like texting me, hey, like she's like, hey, I had a dream. I had a dream about you. I was thinking about you. I had this weird something. Weird. I was like, oh, okay, cool.
All right.
You only do that if
See
you want
you
to be
later.
in communication with somebody again.
Right. And so and she told me, she's like, I don't want to keep pursuing shit anymore. So I'm like, bro.
I am lost as hell.
And hey, Ty, I'm right there with you.
Hey, my name's Paul. This just between y'all.
Right. We on this, van
little
together,
ride
the
together
Lost
right
Land.
now.
Right.
Because what? Okay.
She can't.
Right.
She can't even make a
But-
sentence. That's how.
I'm
that's
trying
how
to
good
pick
it
my
is.
words carefully.
Right. So anyway, I mean, look, sum everything up. I told her, I was like, look, like I didn't go because I want to be respectful of you, and I didn't want to just peace out and dip. I didn't take anything personal from the weekend. I actually learned a lot from you. It was really cool. We were driving by, and she was pointing to her properties that she owned. I was like, damn, that's awesome. That's badass. Like, and she was saying shit that was actually coaching me, and I don't think she realized it. I was like, damn, that's badass. And then the disrespectful, I was like, yeah, like when you kept saying like I was being disrespectful, or you thought I was being disrespectful, I was literally just asking questions, and I could have like stopped when you said like, hey, I don't want to talk about it, but I was literally just because I cared about you. You're somebody I care about, so I just was trying to.
I can talk about this subject.
Okay.
Personally,
Yeah.
because my boyfriend has weird triggers like that, and
Okay.
he I'm the type of person who wants to like
She
resolve
said
something
the
right
word
away.
Triggered, by the way.
Okay,
too.
exactly.
Yeah.
This is what I've lived through that moment where I'm like I'm just like, yo, what just happened? Like I'm trying to like tap in and be like, what's happening? Like, let's talk about it. Let's overcome it.
Right.
And he's like, I don't want to fucking talk about it. Blah, blah, blah. And it's like, oh, okay, well now it snowballs into a bigger thing when you could have just motherfucking told me.
Right.
Literally, we just had this over coffee creamer the other day.
Yeah.
Okay. He literally was so fucking mad because I forgot coffee creamer.
Yeah.
And instead of communicating to me, hey, you forgot the coffee creamer, he festered on it all fucking day and then blew up later. And I'm like, all you motherfucking had to do was literally tell me this morning I forgot the coffee creamer, and I would have gone out and got the coffee creamer, and it would have been done. It would have been a wrap.
You got 3 lemons.
What my baby wants, my baby gets. You know that.
No, but I wanted 12. Baby wanted 12.
Yeah.
But so for some people, respectfully, they just can't handle their big emotions or whatever in the moment, especially when there's alcohol involved. Like shit gets twisted. So I feel like that's just kind of what happened with that. But I understand your side because I am that person. I'm the person that's like, yo, what's going on? Yeah, like I'm not trying to fight with you. Like, are we good? Like, what's happening? And that pisses people off when they're like overwhelmed by their emotions and don't know how to properly regulate it. Which is something I'm really learning and having to learn.
I had to learn it too.
But so I get your side because I'm the same way, like, okay, like let's just get over it. But some people are not capable. Yeah. But I don't think that you were, so for me, I don't think that you were being disrespectful asking those things because you were just trying to clarify. And so I get your side of that because I lived that.
Great summary.
Yeah.
John, do you remember what you were going to say earlier? If not, it's all right.
No,
it was like 8 minutes ago.
That was fine.
I don't want to.
So now you're still talking just casually.
I literally just started talking to her a little bit more because of asking about the podcast. But we hadn't really talked. I mean, like, I'll post an Instagram, something on my Instagram story, and she'll like comment on it.
Yeah.
I won't say anything, and then I'll post something else. She'll comment something else, or.
Are you still interested or no?
Bro, she's fire. Like, I came up with like this list of like shit like.
Is that the list?
Yes.
Can I see it?
No.
I'm not in the list.
See, but that's not the final draft.
It's laminated.
From a woman that I was like looking for, and like spiritually, I was like, what the fuck just happened? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like, I don't know. I'm not like.
It's not no, but it's not yes.
I just like all I would want to do is like either move forward and say something like, bruh, like we gotta have a conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe I don't want to dwell on the past, but we just literally just sit down and be like, all right, like what the fuck happened?
You just gotta hash it out.
No, go ahead, talk to her. You were just doing it.
Right
well,
there.
I wasn't even intentionally, but like literally just have a conversation, be like, look, if we move forward, we gotta have shared vision, shared conflict resolution, and shared values. So like what's important is like if we move forward, we gotta like make sure that this shit don't happen again, or we just get on the same page and we just communicate. Like that's what Ty was just talking about. Like,
yeah, I think that it's hard for people, especially I think that, and this is not like a personal target at anybody by any means. Yeah. I'm in therapy.
Yes,
I think everybody needs to do therapy. I think everybody needs to learn more about themselves, learn how to work through things. I'm a huge advocate of therapy. And so anytime that situations like that happen, I'm like, therapy could help through that.
Yeah.
Like therapy helps that because everybody needs, we're forever evolving. We're changing our minds. We're becoming different versions of ourselves. Like that is a forever thing. And having somebody to kind of be like the guide during that or help you navigate through things like that is so beneficial. And I feel like, especially when it comes to couples and like getting to know each other, like everybody has different triggers, everybody has different childhood wounds, everybody has different things that play into things. And therapy really, truly does help people like navigate through that and be like, oh, they didn't mean it that way.
And she has
blah, blah, blah.
She has a relationship coach. She has because she's a business owner and runs multiple, but she has I didn't even know this is a masculine or feminine energy coach because she is very masculine with her energy.
Yes.
So she has a coach that's like, hey, look, like, tie in some feminine energy. And I think she has therapists too as well. And
okay.
I got my coaches too as well, So.
Yeah. So
I mean,
I wish that situation would have gone better then because I feel like all of that should have maybe helped in that moment, but maybe she's still through it. Yeah.
Right.
Working through it.
Right.
I'm going to
Which
say
is
everything
fine.
I've
Everybody-
heard. I say you just keep it pushing. I mean, she's already got 3 coaches trying to guide her. I mean, what are we doing here? I can't
cannot
hear
with
this.
Kevin, you're a whole other subject.
Okay.
Coach.
From what I've heard, keep it pushing.
Yeah.
I mean, within the first 36 hours, there's already issues. Like, it's going to get worse. That's all I'm saying. We got to wrap this up, though. Anybody got any questions?
We're tying it up. All right, cool. It's a nice little bow. See you guys later.
Anybody got any summaries or questions to do?
No. Thanks for sharing.
That was great.
That was good. Yeah. I don't know what the answer is. I hope you find it.
Kevin's not ever going to have the answer for it. Respectfully.
I'll probably be
Kevin had his
happier.
answer. He said, keep it pushing. That was his answer.
I'll be happier for it. And we out, Cabana Cream Show, another episode. Thank you, Akil. And what I want you to do is I want you to stick around for the next topic we're going to do, actually, man.
That's right.
Which is fun.
Cool.
Yeah, it was only going to be the 3 of us. Ty, you don't have any objections to that, right?
No.
You guys have a great energy going on in this corner. I'm loving this.
I always do with our guests.
It's a light energy.
Yeah.
I love it.
Thank you, guys. And tune in to the next one. We did it. Good job, guys.